Welcome to Home Care Hot Seats with Kelly and Nicole, the exclusive podcast for home care owners by home care owners. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Nicole, two home care owners who live and breathe the challenges and triumphs of the industry every day. Join us as we dive into the latest happenings, innovative strategies, and the raw truth of balancing business with everyday life.
Whether you're a seasoned owner, a new entrepreneur, or just curious about the world of home care, you're in the right place. In this episode, we're going to peel back the curtain a little bit and let you get to know your home care hot seat hosts. I'm Kelly. I'm from Alabama,
I'm
independent
Nicole.
home care owner. This is Nicole. She's my co-host in Michigan. So today we're going to ask each other random questions so that you can get to know us a little bit more on a personal level, not too personal. So we're gonna do a mix of questions today. We'll do some serious questions. We'll do some fun questions. We'll do a lot of different questions. But Nicole, let's start. You just give us a little behind the scenes background about Nicole.
I live in Michigan. I have been here my entire life. I was born and raised in a teeny tiny little town. I don't even think it's called a town. I think we're classified as a village called Baldwin. I
You're from a
graduated,
village.
yeah, from a village. I graduated with like
That's so
40 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like 40 people were in our graduating class. And of the 40, I think 30 of us had been together since kindergarten.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So when I talk about like our entire high school, like there wasn't really differences in grades. Like ninth graders hung out with seniors and the jocks hung out with the band. The jocks were the band. So like at our homecoming games, like people would run off the football field, jump into the marching band and play at halftime and then run back up to the locker room and get the last tail end of
Oh
like the talk.
man.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, like
Small
extremely
town.
small, very small town. So
Village.
everybody
Small
knows
village.
everybody. Yes. And now I live about 10 minutes outside of that, 15 minutes outside of that community, but we still serve that community in our home care agency. And it's pretty cool to kind of like be able to like give back to that town that kind of created me. Um, it's pretty unique in the town. Anybody that's listening to this, shout out to Baldwin. Um, but from there, I went to college. I went to school for nursing and healthcare administration, and I did all the things. Like I worked in the hospital. I worked in hospice. I transitioned out of hospice into administration and worked a little administratively in hospice, coordinating field staff, oversaw the field staff for like 3 different regions, and then transitioned into doing some investigative work for adults and children with developmental disabilities and mental illness. So kind of jumped from the pan into the fire, and I did that for a few years. I started as an investigator, transitioned into a director, and also in the mix of that, ran an assisted living home. And so I kind of did a little bit admin, clinical, kind of did a little bit of everything. And when my grandfather was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, decided that I was going to take that experience and kind of pin that into a day program. And I realized that personal just kind of very easily transitioned into professional. But I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I have 4 super awesome kids. They are all a little bit older. My oldest is 22, and then 20. My third son just turned 18, and then my daughter is 15. So, oh, I forgot to turn my phone on. Why do I do this? I'm so scatterbrained, you guys. I'm so sorry.
ADHD break.
My gosh. Um, So two of my boys are adults, live on their own, have jobs, like doing the professional thing. One's an electrician, one does heating, cooling, and plumbing. Super cool, like young adults. I think that's one of the really cool things about being a parent is watching your kids like grow up
Yeah.
into adults and kind of seeing what they take from you and what they take from their dad. And it's just like, it's been super cool, like watching Kellen and Kevin turn into adults and seeing like the things that they value versus the things that they're like, meh. Like it's super cool. Like it's a whole new parenting experience that we're kind of
Yeah.
going through, and it's super super fun. I think any parent that's kind of gone through that transition where you like they move out of the house and you're like nervous all the time, you don't necessarily hear from them every day, and then like you're like catching up and getting little nuggets of what's going on in their adult life. It's so super cool. And we still, I say we make them come home every Sunday. We do Sunday dinner every Sunday. Realistically, like they want to come home. Like I, it's not like a forced thing. Like we have a, I think we have a really
I
cool
imagine Nicole's
family
a very
unit.
cool mom, like,
I'm like,
she's a
I'm
cool
like the
mom,
best mom. Like I'm
of
so cool.
course, like,
I'm like the coolest. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, um, my
That's
third son
awesome.
is like enlisted. He's going into the army. I'm super nervous.
Oh, wow. When does he deploy? I mean,
He
when
has
did, like, go to ca what is it,
we're
like,
like
training camp?
he
That's right.
like 2 weeks ago he got enlisted, so we haven't like done any of that, and he didn't tell me. He just so for those of you that don't know,
Nice.
I have an assisted living home, and he works third shift for me at the assisted living. And so I love dementia care, not to make it professional
Did
while
he
we're
just,
talking
like, put in
personal,
his notice?
but like, so he does phenomenal with dementia clients. Like, you know, that piece of care that you just can't train, how you can like just relate
Yeah.
to somebody. He does phenomenal with our dementia ladies, and he can de-escalate a situation. He's phenomenal at doing that. And so I just kind of selfishly thought like, this is what he's going to do. He's going to work for me forever. He's never going to leave. And he came
Love it.
home and he's like, "Oh, by the way, last night I enlisted." And I was like, "You did what?" Like I
Had he talked about it ever, like,
he has
before?
yeah, he's talked about it a lot, and I've always shut him down. It is I am
So
scared
you
to
you have been
yes.
honest about your feelings of it. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, I am not I am no, I respect everyone that has done it.
Oh, for sure.
Just like mad respect, but I don't want him to. And I know that,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I
I think
know,
anybody can appreciate that.
yeah, like the mom in me, I absolutely, it
Yeah.
scares the bejesus out of me. I don't want him to do it. Um, I mean, because like I think about honestly, like the vets that we serve in what we do,
Yes.
they have to fight and scrimp and just sometimes to get the bare minimum of what
Yes.
they deserve for the sacrifice that they've made. And no parent wants their child to, you
No.
know, have to do that. So there's a lot of it from being in home care that I am really struggling with knowing and seeing how broken sometimes the system is when it comes to our veterans. So yeah, I know that he will benefit from military and the discipline and the structure that he's one of those people that he's going to need that. I may or may not have really
Mhm.
really coddled him. I it just it is what it is. So it
Yeah.
is. I mean, and then like
Man.
yeah, I'm struggling with it. So you know we'll come back to it in like 60 90 days and like
Yeah.
ask me how I'm feeling about this because my view might change. But right now I'm really struggling with it. And so we're taking it one day at a time. And then my daughter is
Yeah.
15, and she where she got it I don't know, but like she's she's a freaking absolute genius, and like super intelligent with math, and like uh, just, she's awesome. She is, those girls that you're like, man, they're going to do something. They are going to make an impact
Yes.
in this world. But you as
Yes.
the mom, you're like, "Oh, but hell, just help me get through these teenage years
Yes.
because."
I have one of those. She's not a teenager yet, but, like, I think to myself, either oh, I got a hair. Sorry. Either she is going to lead the free world
Yes.
or a biker gang in jail. There
Yes.
is no in between.
That is my daughter. Like, so
Like,
opinionated
please
and
use your power for good.
yes. And I have said for a long time, like, we're at this point where everything is a fight between her and I. Like, if we go
I'm not ready for that,
shopping,
Nicole. Don't tell me that.
oh my God, if we go shopping together, I have to pretend that I don't like something in order for her to like it. And
Stop.
it's been like that. She's 15. It's been like that since she was like 12-ish. And my husband is her best friend. Always has been. She will flat out doesn't care whose feelings she hurts. Like she's gonna be a force. Right now though, she's
Yeah.
killing me. And we joke all the time with my husband that she is this way because you made her this way. It is your fault she is the
Yeah.
way that she is. Like, she has the three older boys, and she will kick the shit out of them. Our oldest does he lifts weights, and he's working out every day, and he's like counting macros, and like he is super healthy, and like the kid is strong. And Avery just like kicks the shit out of him, and he'll come in and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not messing with Avery. She punches way too hard. Like, she's a force, man." So there's like
That's
that
awesome.
piece of my personal life, and then I'm married. Like, my husband is, and we've kind of talked about this, Kelly. How my husband is like the best. I and I don't tell him that enough, and I'm sure he's going to listen to this and his head's going to swell a little bit because I don't tell him these things, but we actually kind of have a reversed marriage role where, like, the husband comes in and like throws his feet up in his recliner and like watches TV till
Yeah.
he falls asleep on the couch. That's my life. Like, my husband is not
I
only
wanna
just
be
a
you.
he's such a great husband, but he's also like so supportive. He does like everything that I need before I even realize I need it. And he says all the time, and my kids say it too, that I could not survive without Tim. And
That's
realistically,
so awesome.
I might not be able to. Like, I would definitely be cold. Like, I don't know how to cut firewood. We heat with wood in our house. He pays our bills. He does our grocery shopping. He does do his own laundry. I do my laundry, but like
Oh my
everything
gosh.
else, like he scrapes my car off in the morning and gets all the snow off. Like, he's super awesome. I'm very
That's
fortunate.
awesome.
So I think that has been a key piece in this industry, and kind of coming into this industry and making this business. I've been able to, I have that solid support at home, and he
Yeah.
balances a lot of things, and he picks up a lot of the pieces. Like, my kids know that if they want something done, they need to talk to Tim. Tim will get it done. Otherwise, they have to message me and remind me and do all of the things to get me to do something. And it might take me 2 or 3 weeks, where if they just go to Tim, like, he'll just do it and be done.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of a deep dive into my personal life. Oh, and he like lets me have Great Danes. I love, love, love the breed of Great Danes. So I've rescued.
Like, multiple?
Yeah, yeah. Like, at one time we had three Great Danes. One
Oh
was
my
deaf.
gosh. Those are like
Yeah.
horses.
Yeah, yeah, so they're big. At one point in time, we had three Great Danes. One was deaf, one was partially blind, and then the two males didn't get along, so we had to like keep them separated. And then we had his mountain cur dog. So I mean, he like he just lets me kind of do whatever I want and doesn't really tell me. Like, I feel like I could bring home a whale and he'd be pissed, but he'd be like building me an aquarium in the backyard. So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Aw.
yeah. So that's a little
So
personal.
when so when you're not home care, daycare, assisted living, like, what does Nicole like to do in her spare time?
So I really don't do much outside. I mean, like I used to when the kids were younger and home. If I wasn't working, we were all over the place. All of my boys wrestled, so we were constantly at tournaments and practice, and then one was in band, so we were always running. Part of like this stage that I'm at, it's kind of figuring out what I like to do, what I want to do, like not like what I want to do when I grow up. Like I'm grown up, like now I need to figure this shit out. So I don't really like people have hobbies. I don't really have hobbies. I
You don't
don't
have hobbies?
know. Like I
Do you
work.
have anything, like, that you do to relax, or, like, is there something that somebody would like, we would be shocked to hear that you enjoy?
I enjoy watching the earwax removal videos on
Same, same. It's so disgusting. It is
No, I
so
mean,
disgusting, but it is so, like, fascinating.
it's
Like, I
satisfying.
cannot believe that somebody I mean, my ear itches and I have to get a Q-tip. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it is so yeah. It's on the same level as, like, the pimple popping,
Yeah,
like,
see, I don't get down with the pimple popping. I don't really like that, but like the ear
but the earwax ones,
irrigation, I freaking love those ones. But yeah, I don't really
yeah, it's
have
hysterical.
hobbies. I had hobbies um when I
But you
was
like true
younger.
crime.
I love true
You like
crime.
true
I
crime.
love listening to podcasts. Um I just really like I'm at this stage right now where I just kind of like doing nothing. I feel like we spent so long like running the kids and doing school
Yeah.
things and building this business and working. My husband and I are both, we're both workaholics. Like we don't ever have to explain more than I'm going to work, and we're like, okay, see you when I see you. Um, so now we're just kind of like my husband and I we love to travel. So we have been doing knocking off some bucket list traveling that we have wanted to do. It kind
What's
of
on your bucket list travel?
So in May we're going to Ireland. My husband's Irish,
Fun.
so we are doing Ireland the first week in May,
Nice.
and we started this past year with the kids being grown. It was really difficult. Like, so my parents had this like, you're 18, you don't get any more Christmas presents, no more birthday presents kind of thing. So I was like, I'm never going to do that to my kids. They're always going to be my kids. We're always going to like celebrate them because we don't do that enough, right? Like they walk in and we're like, oh, hey, what do you want for dinner? Like you can pick out the menu.
Yeah.
But so we started doing trips for Christmas instead of buying useless gifts that they're not going to use. Like I don't know they're adults. I don't know what they need or want. So we did that. We went to Tennessee this year for Christmas. Super fun time. Other than like just like traveling, and my husband and I bought a boat. We hang out on our boat and just like do nothing. And it's the best time ever. Like we don't even have to talk. Like we just put the boat in the water
Yeah.
after we argue a little bit about getting like the boat unhooked and in the water. And then like we had to figure out a system for that. And my husband's not a good communicator, and I don't know if you guys have figured out, but I like over communicate. So I'm like, tell me how you're feeling, and he's like, shut the hell up and just get the boat off the trailer. So I mean, like we after that, we need like 10, 15 minutes to like cool down, and then we just kind of hang out and like fish and like do nothing. We're kind of loving the like
Do
just
you like
hanging
to
out.
fish?
I do. I do. And it's
Yeah.
wonderful because, and my children and my husband will argue this, but when we all go, I outfish everybody in my family.
Yes.
And
Same.
they're
Every
all
time.
talking shit right now, like she's lying, and they all know that it's true. And but the only reason like I outfish my husband is because he is the one that is like taking the fish off. He's putting like the worm on. Like I can do that. I just don't want
You don't
to.
do that part?
I don't
Oh,
want
gotcha,
to.
gotcha.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like that part of it. So he's like spending more time like taking the fish off for my daughter and I, and then like putting new worms on. But yeah, like I kick ass fishing. I kick all of their asses, and they'll deny it, but they all know it's true.
that's hysterical. My husband and I, when we dated, we loved to go fishing. Like,
Mhm.
it was our thing. I don't know. Like, I even had a pink tackle box, and, I had my own catfish gloves because I would, clean the catfish. So, yes,
Oh,
I am one hell of a catfish cleaner right
whoa.
here. I know. It's hardcore. But yeah, so fun. Okay, so if you had your choice of, like, the perfect vacation, where would that be, and what would you do?
So perfect vacation. So I'm not like a hot tropical vacation kind of person. Or at least I'm not right now. Like my husband and I, we've done like the Dominican Republic, we've gone to Mexico, like done those kind of vacations. Those I don't love those. I don't like to be
Really?
hot or sweat.
Okay.
I work really really hard to not sweat. Like it's just a
I mean, you do
gross.
live in, like, the coldest state in the United,
It
in, like,
is
in the
not
world, really,
the
like,
coldest.
what is the temperature in Michigan right now? Please
Okay,
tell me.
so right now it is. Let me turn my phone on.
Oh, because
33.
oh my gosh.
It is not that cold.
It is
It's like great.
currently 51 degrees in Alabama. Granted, we do have severe weather today.
Us too.
We do have severe weather coming, but, like, next week, it's supposed to get in the y'all, can I just have a moment of silence? Next Tuesday, I'm looking at the high in Alabama is 39 degrees. The low is 13. I hell is freezing over. It has never been that cold in the state of Alabama. I, everything's going to shut down. I mean, the fact that I just looked at this, now all I can do is panic because no one's going to work. That is how this works here. We don't get snow, we don't get ice, we don't 13 degrees. And there's no chance of, like, rain or anything, thank
13?
the good
That's colder
Lord.
than here. Like next week, our coldest is like 22.
Oh my gosh. 13 on Tuesday, 20 on Wednesday. What is happening?
Who's in Michigan now?
Oh my gosh. It's called the Arctic Blast. Guys, I live in Alabama because it's a trade-off.
You better get a winter
The
coat.
co- uh, what?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a winter
I don't have
coat.
that. For, like, the 2 days that it's cold in the state, like, no. I can handle the humidity and the bugs because it doesn't
Mm-mm.
snow and ice and all that mess. I I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The bugs
It
and the
is
sweat for me. I can't with that. Mm-mm. Nope.
you get used to the bugs, and honestly, like, the sweat, you don't, like, really I don't know. You get used to it. It makes our skin
No,
beautiful.
I've been to Alabama. It's gross. It is gross. No, no hate, but all the
It's
hate to
not
like
gross.
people in Alabama. Like you walk outside and it's not even like so in Michigan, like you're doing something and you like start to sweat and like you
Oh,
slowly
no,
get
you walk
hotter.
outside and
Yes,
like yeah,
you're
you wake
immediately
up in
like
the
your
morning
whole
and
body
it's
is sweaty and gross and
yeah, you get used to it, like, I don't know.
ugh, I wish you guys could see my
It's better
face
than
right
being
now.
cold. I
No,
cannot
you can
handle the
put on
cold.
layers.
It
Like
hurts.
you
Oh
just
my
put
gosh,
on
but it
some
hurts.
leggings and like a flannel and a like a yeah, wool socks, like you're good. Down there you can't take off your skin.
Mm, yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. The cold, like, it makes me hurt.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm. Well, that was a
Sidebar.
lot of interesting information about, do what?
That's just
No, about
sidebar
Nicole.
conversation.
Just a sidebar. Yeah.
We'll do that a
I
lot.
feel like we learned a lot about you. I feel like we learned a lot about you in this episode on Get to Know Nicole that
Now,
we may not have known.
now we are going to get to know Kelly.
Mm.
So, yeah, get ready. Strap in. We're going
Are
there.
you gonna use your questions, your
I mean, I'm gonna scan through them. See, she's laughing at my questions, but before we started, she's like, "These are really good questions. Did you run these
they're
through
just
Chat
very
GPT?"
well like, my questions are like, "Oh, I didn't even ask this one." Okay. What's your go-to gas station snack?
Ooh, a Celsius and beef jerky.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Or depending on what I'm in the mood for, and or if it's cold outside, coffee.
It's always cold outside
It's
in
not.
Michigan.
Half coffee, half cappuccino, and Mentos, but you can't buy one Mentos. You have to buy a strawberry and a mint.
What?
Yes.
You eat the Mentos while you drink the coffee.
Yeah, I drink coffee all day long.
I know, but huh, okay. I have to
Yeah.
try that.
I mean, it's just like it's in your cup holder, like, you're driving. When you need to
And just
change your
pop in some
palate.
Mentos.
Yeah, but you have to eat the strawberry first because that
Oh,
mint.
so you're not combining
No,
them.
no, no, no,
You're
no.
you're
You just have them.
oh,
Yeah, like your drink of choice and like
gotcha,
snack of choice. So like you have to start with the strawberry because if you eat the Mentos mint ones first, then it throws off the flavor of the strawberries.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were eating mint and strawberry and coffee and,
Oh
like,
no, that sounds
um,
gross.
that's just ex there's a lot of flavors happening, you
Yeah,
know?
that's gross.
Um, okay, so what is your, like, "I need to get out of this shit mindset and into, like, a badass, I know what I'm doing." What is your go-to anthem song for that?
Oh my god,
Or do you have a couple?
you guys are gonna die. Okay. And if my sister's listening, I know my sister knows this. So, uh, precursor to this, when I am in my vehicle, not if anybody is with me, well, maybe my kids, like my kids have seen me like give a full on concert, but if I am
Yeah.
driving in my car, it is like I'm attempting all
Yes.
the notes. I'm doing
Yes.
all the like
Right there.
I don't know how I have not gotten in an accident because it is intense when I'm giving a concert. But brace yourself. My go-to, I can't even say it without laughing, is Michael Bolton.
What? What? The long-haired guy?
Yes, oh my God, Michael Bolton. Yes.
And that makes you feel badass. I I
So
don't even know what to say right now. I
so
can't
that's
eat like,
that's a
I think we're done.
legit like deep dive. Normally I'd be like, "Oh, I love pink," which I do love pink, and we've had this conversation
Yeah.
how much we just absolutely love and admire pink. And like surface level, when people ask me like, "Who do you love?" Like I love like pink. So you guys are getting literal in depth. This is true. I love me some Michael Bolton. So growing up, my aunt, she did a lot of our raising and raised us, and she was a absolute Michael Bolton freak, and had like this full size Michael Bolton like cutout that just stayed in her living room. So there's a lot of like nostalgia behind Michael Bolton and a lot of like memories attached to it. So it's more like it takes me out of like that mindset, and like you kind of take a stroll down memory lane, and like nostalgia
And
makes you
he's like
feel
the
good.
saxophone guy,
No, 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 no,
like,
no.
"Do
That's Kenny
you
G.
know?"
That's Kenny G.
Oh,
I
okay.
love me some Kenny G though. Kenny G is on my playlist. If you guys saw my
Okay.
playlist, it would be absolutely insane. Like there's like
I'm
2000
learning
like
so much about
90s.
Nicole right now.
Yeah, there's like gangster rap and Kenny G and then like some AC/DC and Eminem, like just all kinds of crazy madness. But like Michael Bolton sitting on the dock of the bay, does it to me every time.
All right. Good
Yeah,
to know.
yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
So next time, if you're listening to this, Kevin does all of the IT and production and stuff for home care ops. Next time you want to put a playlist together and you want me to like, ah, Michael Bolton, it is, man, all day long.
There we go. Now you know. Now you know.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on Home Care Hot Seats with Kelly and Nicole. We hope today's session has given you insight, inspiration, and a sense of community in this ever-evolving journey of home care ownership. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and share it with other fellow home care agents and professionals.
Have a topic you want us to discuss or a story to share? Reach out to us and join the conversation. You'll find the links and contact info you need in the show notes below. We'll see you next time, same place. Bye for now.